I like that shirt. Where'd you get it?
Only the best stop shop, one top shop, Archie Colgan.
Oh, yeah. I saw you out there on the beach today. You had abs. I was very surprised to see Grant Neal with abs. Was this cut to middleweight a little bit smoother than expected?
Oh man, it was real smooth. It was perfect. I have a great team around me, and man, the guys over at MyFit Foods and their nutritionists, they got me completely dialed in from a nutrition standpoint. And then my team over at Landau Performance, it's like the best performance center in Colorado. They did their thing, so it made it easy for me, and I just had to show up every day and just be disciplined about it.
You got Brandon Gertz in your corner for this one. What is his role going to be this week?
Juice. Brandon Gertz always brings the juice. I don't know if anybody's ever seen Brandon fight. Most of you probably have, but that's the type of energy that we bring, and it's awesome to have him in the corner, and he's one of my brothers, you know.
This is a historic card, Bellator 300. You're going to be rocking the gold gloves. What does it mean to you that the promotion is putting you in this spot?
Hey, rocking the gold gloves is unbelievable, and I'm glad to have the opportunity to fight on such a historical show with some great competitors throughout the card. It means a lot, you know, so it's going to be a great night. I'm going to have a lot of fun and just enjoy it and take in every moment.
You're very close friends with a certain NFL running back who scored a touchdown in, I think, 1,000 consecutive games now, Christian McCaffrey. I know he has a home game tomorrow against the Cowboys in San Francisco, or not tomorrow, Sunday, sorry. Are you? He's not going to be able to make it to the fight, but are you maybe going to make it to the football game?
Yeah, that's the plan. So you got to go and take care of business here, and then I'll go up and support my guy. You know, that's the way that we've done it since we were kids, man. We support each other in everything that we do. He's at every fight that is obviously not during the middle of football game week, and I do my best to make it to most of his games if I'm not in the middle of a training camp. So this kind of works out to where I can go and support him, and so it's going to be fun.
Thank you, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, Grant. So I wanted to ask, why was it happy birthday first. Let me just start off with that.
Oh, man, you're all good.
I wanted to ask, why was the decision made to drop to 185 pounds?
The decision was made just to be more active. Like, I was having a great time at 205, and that's definitely an opportunity to go back up and challenge the best there. But as you kind of know, like everybody in front of me is kind of tied up. They'd either already fought or they were just only fighting one or two times a year. So I was like, hey, there's an opportunity to fight. That's what I love to do. And even if I have to cut to 85 pounds to get me a good fight, then I'll do that. And I just was excited about it and excited about the new challenge and did it.
So do you see yourself moving back up to 205 in the future, or do you feel that if you feel good at 185 pounds that you might just stay down here?
Man, I plan to be at 185 pounds for next couple fights, and then go back up to 205 and challenge there. I really feel that I'm the best fighter in the world, and I want to prove that at both weight classes, and I want to cement my name and my claim. And it's awesome to have the opportunity to compete at these two weight classes with phenomenal competitors. I mean, everybody in this weight class is serious in the top 10, and everybody in the 205 weight class is serious. So it's awesome to be able to compete amongst those guys, and I'm just excited to show what I can do.
So Romero is coming off his first career loss. He also is taking over a year of a layoff coming into this fight. Do you expect him to come in more prepared and more hungry, knowing that he's coming off that loss?
I'm not going to sit here and say I know what this man's convictions are or what he likes to do. I know what I'm going to do, and I know what I'm going to step in the cage and pose. That being said, Romero Cotton's a phenomenal competitor. This is no slouch of a match. I mean, he is a grade A competitor. He's a good person. He does a lot of really good things right. I do too. And so I'm excited to show everybody what I can do.
He ran over here. How much of the decision to move down is also the fact that there's a bit of a kind of a transition going on at middleweight, right? For a while, obviously, we had the champion was Gegard Mousasi, and now we have Johnny Eblen there, and Johnny's just been taking out all these different contenders. Do you feel like, especially a win here, you could be fighting for a title here pretty soon?
Yeah, that's definitely the plan. There's no other option when I came down into this weight class. We're going for titles, and I've been watching Johnny Eblen since he was wrestling at Mizzou, man. He's like one of the best wrestlers to not win a national title. Like that dude's a stud. So I am excited to be in the stakes to go and compete against that man. And I have to do what I need to do on Saturday, and then we'll talk more about what the next steps are. But man, like I said, these are the best fighters in the world. We are the best fighters in the world, and to compete against that is phenomenal.
You mentioned Brandon Gertz. As far as training partners for this camp, who did you mainly work with? Who helped you get ready for this fight?
Man, I had a lot of great training partners come in. I mean, throughout Colorado, we have just phenomenal training partners. But my roll dog, Archie Colgan, he helped me out quite a bit. We went up to Wyoming and wrestled with the guys up there, and Coach Branch, he welcomed us up there early on in camp. And then I came back down and I trained a lot with Muhammad Usman, and man, there's a lot of guys, Chris Kamosi, Artek Prokosian, and man, we put together a vicious training camp and a stable of absolute killers. So it's just been an awesome time and awesome training camp.
Just last one for me. Something I noticed on Google search, people for some reason think that you and Jeff Neal are related. I don't know. Do you know this is a thing?
Yeah. So that's my long lost brother. So Jeff and I, we're brothers, and you can put that to bed in the media. No, I was just Jeff actually messaged me. He's like, yeah, people think that we're brothers. I was like, yeah, it's pretty funny. He said, just go along with it. I was like, all right, we're brothers. But no, Jeff is a great guy, a great competitor, and him and I have a lot of things in common, and it's just, and the last name is just one of them.
Have you ever thought about training together?
For sure. I mean, I would always love to trade with Jeff. I got to try and get him to come out to the mountains of Colorado, but I think he'll probably do that one or two times before his career is over with, and I may go out and visit him as well.
Hey, Grant, how's it going?
How's it going, brother?
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Hey, there's so many savages that come from Colorado. What can you say about the Colorado MMA community, and do you think it is still growing?
Yeah, I mean, the community is constantly growing. I mean, there's a lot of people that you guys don't even know about in the media that are absolute killers. Like, man, we have literal kids coming in, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds that are absolute studs, going to college and wrestling for 4 years, and then in their off season coming and training with us. So like, no one knows their name, but there's a stable of athletes and studs that are coming through Colorado, out of Colorado, and man, it's one of the big premier spots. I mean, we have access to a lot of phenomenal athletes that come up from the Olympic Training Center, and just to be in that vicinity of people competing at the highest level is awesome.
I love the shirt.
Thank you.
Speaking of Archie Colgan, what can you say about him and what he means to you? And also, he's done a lot of winning here, throughout his career. How long do you think it is until we see Archie Colgan in the title picture?
Man, I really believe Archie is the best 155-pounder in the division. He's an absolute stud, and I don't even think he's scratched the surface on what he can be. You guys are seeing him explode, get finishes, be violent, take out guys that have fought for titles. He's an absolute stud, but even more than that, man, it's really great to have that person in the room that I can just take down at ease. Like, just take him down at ease. He's never scored a takedown on me. Man, like that type of stud in the room is just awesome. But yeah, Archie is, he's no slouch for those guys. But for me, I put him in a headlock, take him down. It's easy.
Is that really true?
We go back and forth. But yeah, we definitely have competitions, and we're brothers, and we always are talking stuff to each other. But he's gonna love that comment.
2 more for me. What can you say about Romero Cotton as an opponent, and what challenges does he present to you?
I think that Romero Cotton as an opponent he's a great competitor and great opponent. I mean, I have nothing but respect for what he's done and how he is in the cage, and so I'm excited to go and test my skills at 185 against that man. I mean, there's not many people signing up to fight him, and I would love to do that. So it's awesome.
Last one for me. Everyone saw on social media that dress Justin Gaethje wore on draft day after finishing in last place. Did you make sure you drafted a good enough team this year so you're not that guy on draft day of next year?
Yeah, I think I pretty much picked the best team in the league. Brandon Gertz sitting back there. He thinks he has a chance at winning the league, but he's not going to win nothing. He might end up in the dress this year, but Gaethje, he always has the special AI and all this stuff, but he always ends up losing the drafts or losing in the league. So he'll probably be in a dress again this year. It's either between him or that man back there, Brandon Gertz, in a dress. Yep. Oh.
What's up, Grant? So obviously you're fighting at 185, but you are the number 4 ranked light heavyweight in Bellator. Recently, Corey Anderson and Jamal Hill got into it over a dispute over what Bellator, what 205 is better and what promotion. What are your thoughts on that?
I believe that we're competing to be the best in the world. Like, there is anybody who sits here and says there's an easy fight, and no, everybody's out here fighting for their family, fighting for what's theirs. So I mean, I'm not really big into those two disputing. I would love to see them, handle it in the cage. But, it's I really think that the champ in Bellator, he's proven, and I don't think that he has any trouble with any of the top guys in the UFC, and that's credit to him, and that's credit to all the guys on the roster, because our champ isn't who he is without us and without people making him that way. And I would definitely love to compete against him one day as well.
Well said. You just said that you'd like to see Corey and Jamal handle it in the cage. Who would win that fight and how?
Man, it's hard to predict who would win that fight because you don't know what convicts a man to go into that cage on that fight day. And I really believe that it can be any man's game on any given fight day, so I'm not going to sit here and speculate. And I really respect both of those guys as competitors and human beings. And, man, I don't know what goes on in their lives, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend. But I think they both bring something special to the light heavyweight division in both organizations. Like, I mean, Jamal Hill is I don't know if there was a dry eye when he won the title, and just the stuff that he's gone through and the struggles that he overcame. And then Corey Anderson, I mean, he's overtime Anderson, he's the pinnacle and what it means to push yourself to the limit and keep going and never quit. And so, I mean, both of those guys have like traits that I absolutely love and admire in my fight game. So, yeah. I can't sit here and speculate. I just love to see him do it.
What intrigues you? Well, okay, if you had to make a prediction, how many years, how many months until you are a double champ?
How many years, how many months until I'm a double champ? Man, it said 10 days was from the peanut gallery. But no, I mean, the goal is to become double champ within the next 3 years. So that's the goal that we set out, and we got to really push for that. And I think we're on the correct path to make that happen. So I'm gonna keep striving every day to make that happen. And what my old coach used to say is, it's you got to win every day, win the day. And so I'm gonna win the day. I won today. My weight feels good. I'm gonna go win tomorrow on the scale when I weigh in, and then I'm gonna go win on Saturday. And that sets me up for the opportunity to be a double champ.